stand up.
So, hey, what's the name of the minister?
John Peters.
What is his name at Trinity when we used to draw?
John Peters.
John Peters.
Yeah, I guess it.
Right? Wasn't he minister when we did it?
Probably.
Yes. So, he came over when Ben's mom was sick. So he came over to Annie and Pop's house, and he was sitting down, and I thought, do I dare tell him? And so I did. He was sitting there with us, and I said, I have to confess. He said, what? And I said, when you were the preacher, not that you were boring or anything, but we were in high school, and I didn't really get it. And we used to draw the people's heads in front of us and guess when you were doing your sermon and guess who it was. And he looked at me, he was very serious, you know, and he said, and I thought, has he been listening to people so long he has no idea what I just said to him? Like, he's just in this habit of going, and I was like, I really apologize for that, because if you ever noticed, the whole Held clan, we were all trying not to laugh the majority of your sermon. So I finally fessed up and told him, and then I think it did click, and he kind of giggled and thought that was great. He said that was a story he would remember. I didn't know if I told you that.
This used to be his house, too.
Huh?
Yeah, he used to live here.
Oh, yeah.
This was the parsonage for Trinity.
You lived in this house?
Yes, he lived in this house for years. Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I remember is that you can call Dad for anything. Well, some things you can't. Like if you have a car accident, you don't call Dad to come
God, not if you've wrecked your car running into a parked car when you've had your license for a week and a day.
And they told you not to go with your friends and drive them. Right. So if you have a car wreck or something like that, you call Mom. Mom is very calm in a stressful situation. Dad has no idea how to handle it. He'll do, you know, and Mom just comes and she's very calm about it. And you think, oh my God, how is she doing this? How is she doing this? Because you're all shaken up, and that's the situation where you don't call Dad to come help you. That's when you need Mom. And then I think something I really remember about Dad is I occasionally got in trouble with my family when I was younger.
Oh, really?
Okay, just occasionally. And one particular time I was upset about something, and I don't remember because that wasn't the point. But I remember sitting on my bed down. Hi, honey. I got stuck up here. Yeah. So I was sitting on my bed downstairs, and we had a ping pong table in the downstairs basement room, and I liked ping pong. And I began to realize that Dad would come down. He's sort of checking in after whatever blew up, and so he'd come down, and we'd go in and play ping pong, just ping pong. And it was almost like, and I don't know if he even realized it, to me, it was like his way of sort of not talking to me, but talking to me. You know, we'd just go in, and it would just calm me down, and we'd just hit and play ping pong. Dad, do you remember this at all?
I never knew that.
Yes.
I never knew that either.
He always
loved that.
It's when I lived downstairs, because you were too scared to live downstairs or something.
Yeah, you snuck out probably.
Well, they were like, I can't stay in that downstairs room in the bedroom. I mean, in the basement. I'll be all by myself. I was like, okay.
I never got the opportunity.
Yes, you did. But so that was, Dad didn't have to say a lot. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You were upset about something, and when Mom spoke, they were very nurturing, comforting words.
And then she'd call me at 11 o'clock, and we'd meet at Aunt Sarah's.
Okay.
She just, and then she'd spill the beans. Well, she'd be calm for you guys.
Yes, she is.
But
She
she
was
did.
always calm. She was always calm, and she knew the right things to say, and it didn't matter what the situation was or how much trouble you've gotten in. You just tell Mom, and she's fine with it. Once again, don't tell Dad. But Dad is that person that you just don't have to talk about stuff. Dad just comes down. You know, I knew he was there because he knew I was upset and flipping out. He gave me time to calm down. He'd say, you want to play ping pong? And we'd hit the ball, and maybe chit-chat about something, or Paige, don't be so mean to your mom, you know, or something like that. And we'd hit the ball back and forth, but it is one of my fondest memories of him, those little games, because, yeah, he just didn't have to say anything, and it just made me feel better. It did. It always did. That's all I can think of right now. Because
I'm glad you spoke, because I didn't know that story.
Oh my God,
Oh.
So, yeah. So one time we had a problem. Was it no, it was the washing machine because Phil and Dad were over at Disco. We had a problem.
Didn't you have problems with your dryer?
Well, it was the washer. That shows how much they really do know, especially during this story. So I guess, I don't know, Mom, if you sent them over, but they show up. You got a problem with your washing machine?
The end result, though.
What?
She's telling the story.
I'm telling you. So they show up. You got a problem with your washing machine over here? I said, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's leaking on the bottom. So those two, did y'all switch out a hose? Or
I think so, yeah.
They switched out a hose. They got it all. Oh, it's running perfect, you know.
And I asked Lou, I said, Lou, what's that piece right there? He said, well, I really don't think we need it. I think they put that on there for a reason. I said, why don't we use that for? I don't think we're going to need it. She called back about an hour later.
We did a test. We filled we put about 2 inches of water in the washing machine. It went out beautiful.
But you haven't put work pressure.
Yeah, so then I go in at about an hour after they'd left or something. I think y'all didn't screw a hose in all the way.
No,
too.
it was a little thing you just put right there. I told him needed that. I don't think
It was in there good.
Yeah, so I come back, I'm so excited, and I come back and it's water all over the floor. And these two youngsters had headed back. Like, it's all fixed for you.
That's what you don't call that.
No, yeah.
Excuse me, who cleaned it up?
Oh, and then Mom comes over and cleans it up. The best thing. Dad screws it up, Mom comes and cleans it up. That did make me think of one more thing with Dad, and then I forgot. I started laughing. Hold on. Oh, darn, I really thought of something good for you, Dad.
Yay!
Well done,
Mark!
Look at him, see, he has the same
Look,
look on
if
my
you
face.
hadn't made a big deal about it, you could have gotten away with
Yeah,
nothing.
you're right. I didn't know I was gonna have to talk. So, thanks. The time I remember most was when we were in Cancun one time, and the 6 of us were out there on the beach, and I think Kristen was talking to somebody about some strange disease she had, and Karen was doing a math problem or something.
Oh no!
And, Paige was hating being there. So we were there, and there were some kids playing volleyball, and so Mom says, "Go on over there, play with those kids, play volleyball." I don't know those kids. She said, "Go on over there, just Mark, go and play." All right. So I went over. I was playing volleyball, and we're hitting the ball around, and we played for a while. And he said, "These kids, why don't we go swimming?" I said, "I don't know. There are lots of sharks out there. I don't know if I want to go swimming." So I decided to go, and I'm out there, and it's kind of hard to remember now. It happened so quickly, but all of a sudden there was splashing in the water, and I was being drug out to the sea by a shark. So my dad jumps up.
You are making this whole story up! You're just figuring this out! Yes!
He goes down, he drags, pulls me out, punches the shark in the gill. The shark goes belly up, and so I'm holy shark. I'm a little bloody, but I'm all right. It's tough. And so he pulls me out. He saves me. And Mom just, Mark, how you doing? You all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm all right. And she said, pulls a picture out, and she just says, "Do you want this Chester drawer for your room? I got it at your."